He's been waiting patiently. And holy hell, Grizzly Adams does have a beard. Westy, you good to rock?
Yeah, I'm ready. Thanks for having me, Ryan.
Dude, holy beard, man.
It's cold, man. It's the off season.
Is that
keep the face warm?
Dude, you got to keep that thing.
Yeah. So I had it a lot of last year, and I got the okay this off season for my wife to kind of keep it, and I let it get wild for like the first couple months of the off season, and I trimmed it back. So we're right here now. We'll see if it gets trimmed even further back when I get to Florida, but I like it. My wife says it's fine, so I got the okay.
Yeah, I mean, that's number one. And last time we established, Westy, right? The thing was all Jordan Westburg does is produce. All Jordan Westburg does is compromise.
Compromise, right? Baby. Yep.
There it is. There it is. You know what? I'd be really curious if you got an axe and put on some flannel. You would be one hell of a lumberjack. That's what would sell right there. That'd be a hell of a photo. I can't grow that facial hair. I can't pull that off. But you know better than me, man. You got to approve it by the wife. I officially joined the married club a few months ago.
Congratulations, dude.
Thanks, man. Any advice? Any marriage advice, Westy?
Compromise. Be open to compromise.
Oh, God. You're a good kid, man. Well, hey, look, I know everything was kind of supposed to go down with the Birdland Caravan today, which I didn't realize until last night that there's just this storm rolling through.
No, till last night.
No, not until you guys brought it up. I had no idea.
That's crazy.
Sorry, I'm just focused on my work, Westy. You know what I mean? I'm focused.
I mean, that might be because y'all are used to a few more storms. It's been big news down where I'm living in the South for like a week now.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just trying to make an excuse for you there, Ryan, but
Thank you. See, this is
Don't
why.
give him an out.
No, hey, you know what? hey, the guys got to stay. That's the locker room camaraderie. That's something we talk about. Rocco not understanding. That's it. But because of that, Westy, right? The Birdland Caravan on Saturday. For those that were wondering, there was a news release that got put out. So I hope I'm not the one breaking the news. It just blamed the storm. So no Saturday event. Westy, no arcade event for you then, unfortunately, I think. But you are still staying busy. You're busy tomorrow early on. Is that right?
Correct. Yeah. Got the casino night tonight, or corporate casino, something like that tonight. And then all tomorrow morning and early afternoon, we'll be busy. I think we're hitting a few schools, maybe a hospital or a charity organization. But yeah, early flight tomorrow. Try and get home before we're supposed to get hit the Memphis area Saturday or late Friday night. So hopefully it can beat that and get home, but we'll see what happens. Fingers crossed. I can't control the weather,
No, you can. And at the end of the day, got to be safe, right? And there's still some events, but I want to clarify because it's also my job to clarify here. Tomorrow, and these are all events that are sold out or you can't go out and get tickets. So apologize to everyone for it, but the volunteer with the O's, it's going to be packing backpacks, which actually all those proceeds of those tickets are going to the program. Then on top of it, the Orioles are matching those proceeds. The Arcade Happy Hour, Westy, which you were supposed to be a part of at Game On Baltimore, that is sold out. And I think in your place, if I was not mistaken, let me check my notes here. I think for that, it's Adley and Tyler Wells. Yikes.
Damn it.
Just kidding. We love Wells. Sometimes.
No, those are two good dudes. I'm definitely bummed that I can't make that. That's one of my favorite events of the Caravan is the happy hours and the bartending. So bummed I can't make that.
Wells is okay as long as you can get a word in.
Yeah, well, that guy.
I don't know.
You know
Which
what?
is few and far between.
I'm going to call him right after this. Hey, buddy, you up here? And he goes, "Oh, my bad, Rip. My bad. I should have sent you a text." He's a good kid. I heard he's been working his ass off this offseason, just through the grapevine. Tyler Wells, man, I'm excited. But then there's the happy hour he talked about is over at the Guinness Brewery. And that is also Friday, but those are sold out because a lot of people love you. People love the team, Westy. You've had a lot to digest for this year. You got a chance to talk with Albie. I know last year wasn't very fun. Being injured sucks. Losing sucks. I mean, both of them are brutal. But I got a chance to talk with Albie down at the winter meetings. There's an energy to him that I think is really going to match well with you and the guys. Is that some of your initial takeaways so far?
Yeah, for sure. I've only had one over the phone conversation with Albie when he first got hired, but I left that conversation thinking like, all right, this is the kind of energy we need going into this year, especially after a rough, previous year. We need a revamp of energy. We need somebody to kind of keep it light, but also push, push the energy. I know I've said energy a lot in this.
Energy.
Yeah, but I walked away from the conversation really optimistic about it, really excited to get back. Like you mentioned, losing sucks, but being injured and only playing half the games, arguably even more, just frustrating. So I'm pretty motivated to get back. I'm pretty excited about all the moves and the additions we've made, not only player wise, but staff wise. So really, really itching to get back to Sarasota and get things rolling.
Hey, just a few weeks away, man. So, bundle up, get ready for this snowstorm. You guys definitely down south don't know how to handle the snow. Like, that's a guaranteed.
No, we're not prepared, dude. We don't have. It's gonna shut us down for like a whole week.
Yeah, it'd be an inch of snow, and then everything shut down for a
Everyone
week.
lose their mind.
In North Carolina, that's how it happened.
100%.
Yeah.
I was going to say, so at Wilmington proper, they have 4 salt trucks, the whole city, 4.
Yeah.
So like, they get a snow like this. Yeah, it's gonna be wild.
I think we have. I don't. So, I mean, I say I'm kind of live in Memphis for people that ask, but I'm actually south of the Tennessee border in Mississippi. I think we have 1 salt truck for the whole Memphis greater area, including down into Mississippi. Like it's going to be a mess.
Well, it sounds like with that beard, especially, you might be out there doing some work,
Hey, man, I'll be shoveling snow. For sure.
Hey, dude, make sure you get a good pick for the gram then. Like, if you are going to be shoveling snow, just be like off-season work, hashtag
just
lumberjack.
Just blue collar things. That's it.
Dude, that would be big. I'm serious. I'm looking forward to the photo, and then I'm gonna comment on that compromise.
Maybe feeling a little frisky, take the bat outside in the snow, take a pick, and be like, grind, don't stop.
Yeah. Hitting snowballs, man. Snowballs, yeah.
Dude, the marketing team in here is just on point. So
listen, we can get it done, man. I mean, we can get it done no matter what the weather brings. There's a way.
Look at that. Write that down. We'll get it done no matter what the weather brings. Write that down. Write that down. Hey, Orioles. Hey, I'm gonna go talk to Uncle David and just see hey, let's write that motto down for the team. Hey, so you just mentioned real quickly about the buzz, because that's one thing in, not saying in past years, but it was different, right? You were coming up for the rise when the team was getting hot, right? And this was the fun part of it. But then the next part was, all right, how does it add on? So then it's a new coaching staff that gets brought in. And then whammy, Polar Bear Pete is in the building. Helsley comes in, acquire or sign him, trade for Boz. And then, there's people tweeting out that the Orioles might not be done. So, I mean, for you as a player, I mean, I know fans feel that way, but for you as a player, you just kind of alluded to it, but dude, it's exciting. There is a real belief, it seems like, of you guys are looking to take the next steps, not just as, individually in that locker room, but the organization is really looking at putting the pieces behind to get you guys back on track in 26.
No doubt. I think part of it that might get lost in the frenzy of signings and additions too is the fact that this gives us an opportunity to kind of revamp a culture inside the clubhouse, right? We bring in some big name guys, some guys that are going to be sticking around for years to come. A lot of which are veterans, and I think that's always good to have veterans in the clubhouse. I think the mix of, the younger talent, I say young, like we're all getting old now, or I feel that way, but and veteran guys, like we have a chance to kind of build something from scratch. Like we're not going into the year with these crazy expectations of like, all right, we've had two postseasons. Like last year, let me just, for example, we
Yeah.
make it to the postseason twice, and we come into the season with super high expectations, and then, as things went bad quick, and it was hard to recover. We didn't. Well, now we have like a breath of fresh air, because like what do we have to lose? Like we had a horrible season last year. Let's just go out and try and right the ship this year. And then you bring in like the names that you said, it only creates more excitement. So that's how I feel about it. Like I said, I'm itching to get back, man. I'm ready to play some baseball.
I'm excited for you. While you're on the air, guess what, Jordan? The Orioles didn't make a move, but somebody just did right now. Apparently, what was it, Mackenzie Gore?
Yeah, Mackenzie Gore to the Texas Rangers.
Really?
Gore to the Rangers.
Wow.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's a good arm, man. That's a really good arm.
It just feels like to me Framber is going to be destined for Baltimore at this point.
Yeah,
I mean, unless they just.
I don't know, Jim. I don't know.
I'm just saying. That's what it feels like.
We're getting close. We got a couple weeks left, so
there's only a couple arms left out there.
Yeah.
He's the big one.
He is a big one. But Gore, to your point, West, he's got electric stuff. I tell people, don't let the numbers always dictate what the guy could be. It's like the same thing I said about Shane Baz. Baz, I remember seeing him in 21 in Norfolk, or we were playing in Durham. I'm like, dude, this guy's got good shit. And last year was his first year removed from Tommy John. You see it up close and personal. In an instant, certain guys can flip the switch and they can make the impact. I consider Gore as one of those guys. I think Gore is one of those guys. And I think like Shane Baz, I think Baz's upside, I don't think people really understand how good he can be.
I agree. I mean, this year was my first year getting to face him. I have a little bit of experience with him when we were back in high school playing in like area code games and showcases and whatnot, but always knew the talent was there, and I got to see it from the box and was like, wow, this is power stuff. So when I saw that trade go down, I was pumped. I'm pumped to kind of reconnect with that guy. I'm glad I don't have to face him now. Yeah, he's going to make our team better for sure.
Yeah. Well, you mentioned a couple things, and you know me, I always like to go behind the lens of having people understand more so of how things go. When things go right, everyone's happy. You don't really address the problems if there is any, because you're winning. It just happens. When you lose, more problems are created. Then you're fighting yourself. You're frustrated. You're stressed. Talked to the bro Hearn last week. Was it last week, Zach? We talked to Ryan?
Yeah.
And, it wears on you. Last year he even said, like, it wore on the team. It wore on him. Of all the things last year, and you mentioned about getting back to or resetting a culture or getting back to the way that you want to play ball, is there anything specifically that maybe you took away more than anybody else, or that stuck out more to you specifically? Like Ryan, it was, we're going through it, and then you get tested. And but I still got to go up there and have competitive at bats. I got to find a way to scratch and claw, even with the negativity. Do you have a specific thing that pops up?
Yeah. Tough question for me specifically, because I missed so much time. But I mean, if I had to take one thing away, it's like, how quickly can you respond after getting punched in the face, right? Like, there were stretches during the season last year where I feel like we would lose a stretch of games and we didn't have that bounce back that we had in the past years. And I don't think it was for one reason or another. I think it's just a lot of it was just like maybe some bad luck games, some injuries, some things don't go our way, and all of a sudden you're in a stretch of like, a 2-6 and you're like, man, is this thing gonna turn around? Or and you keep trying to tell yourself it's gonna turn around, and it never does. And then, like O'Hearn said, you just kind of, it wears on you, because now you're looking in the rearview mirror and like, man, where did this thing get away from us? Versus being where your feet are, very, all the cliches, but like they're cliches for a reason, is because like there's meaning behind them. So I think that was it for me. And like what I'm gonna try and take into this year is just like, man, we got to be able to do things that we don't necessarily love doing. And whether that's like, do the extra reps in practice when you don't feel good, or get the extra lift, like small things, or like play a brand of baseball that we might not have played in the past.
Yeah.
Who knows how the lineup's going to shake up, but we, like, coming off a year like last year, I feel like everybody in that clubhouse just wants to win, and to do that, like, it might look a little bit differently than it has in the past. So that's kind of what I want to bring in, what I'm going to try to bring into the clubhouse. I don't consider myself, the vocal leader by any means, but if anybody's going to ask for my opinion, like, that's what I want to voice.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, Westy, whether you like it or not, I think that people are going to look towards you to be that. Not even from like in the clubhouse, but like people outside. And maybe it's because the beard. You look like you're seasoned, and you're just this vet that's been there before. But in all seriousness, I feel like your style. And I'll be honest, I've seen you when you get a little bit mad. It can be scary, but in a good way, right? There's an intensity that you bring that people gravitate towards. And I know, that's something I'm excited to see for all of you guys. And it's a collective effort, right? Like, you guys got to go out there, set the tone. This AL East, they don't care that you guys – I think that was the one thing we were saying about getting punched in the face. No one in the AL East gave two rats ass about how good you guys had been. They're thinking about the next year. And then the next year, they're moving forward, and the East is a gauntlet. I mean, it is – the beauty of the AL is it's wide open. The tough part is you got to get through the AL East to get into the postseason, which there's no bad team in my opinion. Like, the Rays find a way, and then you guys, the Sox, Yanks, Blue Jays, like, all of them are projected to compete for the playoffs. So it's going to be tough. Brad, sorry, I missed what you were going to say.
No, so I was just going to say, Westy, you mentioned like kind of playing a little bit more of a different style of ball than maybe you have in the past. And I instantly thought, well, with Albertaz coming in, kind of feels like maybe that actually is going to happen, that there is going to be a little bit of a different style of ball based off of what we've kind of seen during his time in Cleveland and Voter and all that, and the way they carry themselves over there. Is that kind of the vibe you're getting as well?
Yeah, I could definitely see it. Like I said, I've only had, one conversation, a handful of text messages between myself and Albie, but the way he was talking and kind of the way that they've done things over there at Cleveland, I've always admired the teams they put together. Jose Ramirez is the guy that stirs the pot over there, but then everybody else in that lineup just finds a role and executes it at a high level. It looks like a lot of selfless at bats, just team grinding, like ABs, and they just find ways to win. So I could see that becoming kind of our style of play. We do have the big boppers, like we've got Polar Bear Pete, we've Gunner, certainly. Probably I can tell him to bunt the ball. Taylor Ward, another power guy, but like I could see a lot of us other guys who can do other things, maybe not do one thing in particularly really well, like trying to use that versatility to our advantage in certain areas in the game. And I know that's kind of broad, but like, I'm not gonna speak to too much specifics just because I don't know what's gonna happen, but I could see that being being a reality.
There's a mindset there.
Yeah.
And Albie also, I don't know, Westy, if you saw the owner of the Ravens press conference, it was buzzing around here. Bisciotti like had kind of like a mob boss mentality type of thing. And it was funny just because when I think about that, I'm like, Albie kind of has that. And I joked with him. I'm like, dude, I feel like Boston, the accent. Like, I wouldn't want to mess with you. And he's like, I got some friends I can call at 3 a.m. I'm like, I know we're kidding, but I'm like, there's something in the back of my mind that's like that possible.
Like maybe he's not joking. Yeah.
That's how I feel. I'm expecting that the first time he gets rung up, it's going to happen. He's going to get tossed. Can't wait for it. I mean, but yeah, it's going to be a fun year. I know there's a lot of moving parts, man, but I know what you're capable of. I've seen it. What do I need to do to help keep you healthy? Do I need to do some rituals? Do I need to sacrifice the cow bobblehead?
Sage the clubhouse.
What do you want me to do? How do we keep Lumberjack Westy on the field?
I don't know, man. I can't endorse any of the superstitious rituals and all that, but yeah, I don't know. I wish I had those answers. Like I said, there's nothing more that I want more than to play 162 or as close to 162 as I possibly can. I hate missing time. I hate feeling like I'm not part of the club because I'm sitting on the sidelines. So I'm doing everything and that I possibly can to stay healthy and be healthy going into the season, and hopefully that just carries on. Some bad luck the past couple years. Definitely a lot of head scratching and frustration through those times, but I'm just trusting that there's a light at the end of the tunnel there.
There's bad luck too, Westy. Like there's just things. What was it? You dive head first and the ball, you get drilled like right after that. Or how things were. It's just like, of course, how baseball's it's great and it's also very unforgiving and it's not fair at times. And I think last year was a perfect storm for you. But we talked about it. When you're on the field, man, like you do the damn thing. I still remember one of the first days, I think I told you that, we're doing a backfield in Sarasota, and you hit an absolute rocket. I think it was dead center in not even a sim game. It was just like live BP. I'm like, damn, this dude's got some juice. I still haven't heard him talk much, but like.
I think I remember that swing actually. Yeah. I think we were facing like the Phillies came to Ed Smith to play, and they just had a couple extra guys that needed to throw or something like that.
Yeah,
I think if I'm thinking correctly, that might have been the day.
That was it. And you hit an absolute piss missile. It was like 10 feet off the ground. And then you walked back like it was nothing. Like, who the hell is this kid? And now he's full on lumberjack. Zach, do you have a quick comment?
Yeah, real quick, Westy. Obviously this year, I believe is the first year with the ABS system being implemented. One, have you guys maybe talked about it at all? And then two, what are your thoughts on how it's being implemented? Maybe if you're excited for it. I mean, it does seem like it would help, but what are your thoughts on the ABS system?
Yeah. To answer the first part of your question, I haven't really talked to anybody about it, honestly, until you brought it up. I completely forgot about it. But personally, I enjoyed the ABS system when I was in the minor leagues. I feel like a lot of hitters would probably echo that. Pitchers, not so much. I don't get that because I feel like the strike zone needs to be pretty cut and dry. Hey, I can understand as a hitter, even if the pitch clips the zone by a seam, all right, that's a strike. It caught part of the zone as a strike, whatever. I can tip my cap and walk back to that. But anyways, I like the ABS because it gives, the hitter a more definitive idea of what the strike zone is. I think the way it's going to be implemented here in the big leagues is challenge system, right? We're just going to challenge system, so a certain amount of challenges per game. There's some strategy behind that from what I've seen in the minors. Maybe you hang on to those challenges early in the game to try and steal something late. I know in the minors, pitchers weren't allowed to challenge their own pitches because they think everything's a strike.
Yes.
I'm sure that will carry over into the major league level. Maybe some veteran guys maybe challenge it, but yeah, I'm interested to see how it shakes out. I'm excited about it. I'm excited about the fact that hey, if I disagree with the call and I really do think that it's a ball, I have a chance to kind of flip the script there, and I don't have to just wear it on the chin anymore. Those are some of the most frustrating at bats is when you get deep into a count, you feel like you're battling, and then a call doesn't go your way. And you can't do anything about it. You made the right decision, but you're still getting banged for it. That sucks. So with this system, I think there's a chance there to not feel that way.
You know, I was thinking specifically about this, Westy, when you're talking about for hitters, everyone just wants consistency, right? So if a ball's kind of off the plate or you think it's close and you look back at, let's just say the ump's Rich, you go, hey, Rich, like is that as low as we go? Is that as far out? And he's like, yep, that's it. And the next pitch is a little bit further. And you go, hey, Rich, what's up with that? You know, and actually one game that comes to mind, you got rung up, Westy, on 2 balls off the plate. And I think Hyder got tossed. But I remember watching that and going, damn, that would have been a great time for a little ABS system because you got, of all the guys, you got screwed over there. But that's the hope here. It's consistency. Hitters want consistency, pitchers want consistency, and it can allow the play to kind of just unfold and not have it be – and it helps the umpires too. Like they don't have to be put in this position of they can't be perfect on every call. So, yeah, take away that pressure and see where it all goes. So, yeah, man. I still, hey, you look good. I'm jealous. I'm jealous of the beard. I can't pull it off. Zach, is that what you're trying to replicate?
Yeah, I'm just trying to get the Westy beard going. You inspired me. Good. I knew you were going to be rocking it, and I had to match.
Awesome.
Getting ready for every season. Well, Westy, you got the Caravan event, or you have the one event tonight, but tomorrow specifically, that's tomorrow morning. And it's blessings in a backpack, and I think it's already sold out for the event. And that's a bunch of you guys. I think Albie, Pete, Basayo, Beavers, Gunner, Adley, Tyler, and Westy. And again, all of those proceeds from that go to the blessings in a backpack. Plus, the Orioles are matching it. So I know it's not working out the way that you wanted, Westy. But before I let you get out of here, I know you love the people in Baltimore. That's why. And I know it kind of is a bummer for you, but maybe we can find something in the future. But any final words before I let you go cut down, an oak tree somewhere?
No, man. No, but you're right. You're right. I do love the people here. I love the city. I really like playing here. This is an event that I try and, mark on my calendar every year is the Caravan because it's cool to get to interact with people when you're not, full unied up. On the field where they might treat you a little bit differently. It's nice to interact face to face like a human being. And I really appreciate the Orioles for putting it on and the people for showing out. So hopefully we have a couple good events, get everybody home safe before the weather hits, and then everybody's excited for spring training in the season.
That's the goal, man. Hey, I know you're missing out on arcade games in the future, dude. We got a Papa Shop, we got a pool table, we got a ping pong table,
NBA
Jam. I mean,
dude, I'll be over. I'll make sure I come by.
Hey, you can. You want to flip? You want to make some pancakes or waffles with Kyle? We can do that too.
John Means loves himself some pool, by the way.
Oh, means he does love pool. Yeah. Tyler was terrible.
He was bad.
Oh my goodness, he was bad. But Westy, I appreciate you, and I look forward to your Instagram photo of ready in any weather.
Yeah,
I like it.
You're welcome. Yeah. All right.
Yep.
All right, Westy.
Hey guys, thank you,
man. All right, be safe and safe travels home. All right.